Allow me to begin by telling you all a very shameful story. To this day, it still makes me flush red with embarrassment every time my mom brings it up to make a point. Hopefully, by putting this personal story out in the open, I will feel more at peace with it. My memory of the event is no longer detailed. However, I do remember being in the 6th grade in my language arts class. Perhaps my teacher at the time was telling me about something I had done that was wrong, or a point for improvement. And me, being around 11 or 12 years old, somehow had the audacity to roll my eyes to my teacher. He simply said, "Watch the attitude, Izabella." I know what some of you may be thinking, that I probably deserved a slap in the face right then and there. And looking back, I probably did. It's sad that I can't remember the train of events completely, but my attitude in that moment was utterly disappointing. I decided to tell this story of my past to portray an act of fallen human nature. My 11-year-old self didn't realize that my behavior was a direct representation of pride, saving face when I was in the wrong. And pride, my friends, is where everything begins to crumble. Pride was the reason for Satan's fall, and sadly, the reason some renowned and talented individuals make many choices that ruin their lives. What is the only thing that conquers this? It's humility, which isn't to think less of yourself, but to think of yourself less. And I might be biased because this is my topic, but humility is arguably one of the most notable virtues as followers of Christ. Without it, we cannot open ourselves to the work of the Spirit in our lives. Humbleness allows us to focus on the things that truly matter, reminding us that our success stems not from what we have, but what we can offer, given the things that God has allowed us to achieve. To be humble is to recognize that there will always be someone ahead, to recognize that there will always be more to learn. Colossians 3 verse 12 writes, "Therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, put on kindness, tenderness, and humility." It's been 6 years, and I'll admit, I can still have an unpleasant attitude from time to time. I'm reminded of what my teacher said to me every time I check myself. This goes to show we cannot learn humbleness in our own weak efforts, for it is only in complete surrender to Christ that we can live the life He has called us for. Our Savior left His indescribable home up above to live the life that we do here on earth. What an example of humility! If that doesn't already prove His perfect character, I don't know what does. The thing is, Jesus doesn't need us to be good, because being good is to rely on our own merit, not accepting the gift of salvation graciously given to each one of us. He simply asks that we abide in His inexhaustible strength and allow Him to make us anew. By God's grace, we have been saved by faith, through faith in Jesus alone. And that, church, has to be the most remarkable gift of all. Let's cast off our pride, put on humility, and then we can accept God's gift and share it, because that is what we are called to do.